Welcome to the wonderful, wide world of unearned moral superiority. I want you to take a look at a video from a meeting of a Chicago school board. Cinematography and acting chops notwithstanding, I'm going to preface by saying that this is not a Scorsese movie. You'll see why I make that distinction momentarily. Chris, I want you to bring up that clip.
Just start again. Go ahead, sir.
Resetting to 2 minutes.
You're going to let him speak without a mask.
Okay.
Well, he's got a medical exemption.
Now he's interrupting me. I mean, you guys are rude.
How do we know?
Do I get to speak or not? Do I get to speak? Who's this? Are you the mask police? Can I speak or not?
We'll let you speak. Just one moment, please. Mr. Taub, did you have a question?
Is he in charge?
Okay. So
Are you in charge?
No, Mr.
I'm
Taub.
speaking as
Are you
public
in charge?
comment.
Are you
You
in
said
charge?
at the beginning of the
Are
minute
you in
you would not be
charge?
rude to people.
Enough.
Are you in charge?
Mr. Taub. Mr. Taub.
We should remove him. I mean, this is rude.
We'll start your 2 minutes now, sir.
I'm.
This is not what you promised. You said if they don't wear a mask, they can't speak.
I have a mask. I could wear the mask on my head if you want. I mean, it's just.
You can wear your mask on your fucking balls.
Okay,
You don't wear the
enough.
Get the fuck out of here.
Enough. We're going to take recess for 5 minutes.
Wow. All right. Well, let's take a moment to appreciate, as I suggested before, that we're not watching a scene from Goodfellas here. This is a school board meeting. Yes, it's in Chicago, the general population of which we can all rightly recognize for their adherence to the notion that the F word is like the cheese one adds to a deep dish pizza. And yes, I myself occasionally like to sprinkle a bit of the F word on my own dialectical pizza before dishing it up. So that's really not my problem here. The venue isn't really appropriate, but the profanity isn't the insanity here. What bothers me, and should bother you as well, is, as I said before, the absolute unearned moral superiority of this guy and the collective pool of rhetoric he and those like him all pee in as a result of their ideological upbringing. Now, the case is shockingly simple. Man approaches podium to make a speech and removes his mask. Man is told masks are mandatory. Man replies that he has an exemption, both medical and religious, and is told that he may proceed. If that's where it ended, we wouldn't be watching the video. And if we did, we'd say that it's a shame there's a requirement of masks in the first place, but then we'd go on about our business because our market of ideas is so glutted as of now with this notion that masks are necessary in public gatherings, we simply can't stop what we're doing every time it pops up. It's like how after the Twilight books came out, every other movie for 5 years was another teenage vampire book. You understand what I'm saying. Those were dark times. Don't pretend you don't remember them. They haunt my dreams. But then we have this pugilistic rising specter of this fella, Joel Taub, who's in the middle of his fourth four-year term on school board, who comes along and decides that it's time to drop it like it's hot. Now, I want you to imagine something for a moment. Just walk along with me into the land of make-believe thought experiment. Let's pretend for a moment that there was a mandate which said that everyone who wants to speak at a school board meeting must stand at the microphone. That's it. No lazy bones. You just get to lounge around in the oh-so-comfortable chairs and scratch his butt while whining about this or that or the other. Nope, you've got to stand, my friend, at the microphone. And along comes this fellow in a wheelchair, and he wants to say his piece. Has every right to say his piece, except, of course, for the fact that he can't stand up. Just can't do it. And everyone in the room understands this. They nod their head when he requests that he be allowed to remain seated during his remarks. Nobody has a problem with it until Mr. Fourth four-year term douchebag begins screaming at him to either stand up or get the F out of here. Now, you may think that I'm drawing that analogy a little strong, but I'm not. Medical exemptions and religious exemptions count in this country. They count for serious things, let alone some jerk-off mask nonsense. It all comes back to unearned moral superiority. This guy believes he's on the right side of history, and as a result, it's perfectly fine for him to not only treat another human being like shit between his toes, but also to silence him and to shut him up. We cannot tolerate this kind of behavior in our daily lives, let alone on a school board. It's just one more reason among the multitude of reasons to get your damn kids out of public school anyway. You've heard me say it before, and I'm saying it again. There you go.